Hey everybody, welcome back to Age of Bison. I am here joined today by Madonna. How's it going, Madonna?
Hey Platt, I'm good. I'm excited to watch this game with some of our top players in this tournament.
Well, and arguably some of the top player. I mean, these are all like top 100 in team, and two big names. Of course, we got GG Revnak, Kanisi, catching all those up. This is from the one of the final Swiss stage rounds of our 2v2 tournament. This was an extremely competitive series. I don't know if we'll cast the other game, so uh, all I'm going to say is the other two games were really close. And I mean, Captain Link and Jimmy, Neko, very good players, very crafty players. GG Revnak, of course, one of, if not the top 1v1 player in the game, and Kanisi, just famous for his creative use, especially of DE Civilization. So we're in a game three deciding series against two teams that I really expect to see again in the semifinals on the map of Texas. And without further ado, let's start her going. Any thoughts, Madonna, looking at these teams and on this map about how things might shake out or if there's any civ advantages?
I'm not sure how the Italy and India combo is gonna go. I'm not seeing those civs played together that much, but I know that this map is great for India because you get a lot of cows that you can use for the extra XP, for example. Um, Same with Ethiopia. It has a lot of opportunity to get a lot of extra value from the livestock on this map.
You know, that is true. And something too to think about, this trade line, it's both safe and unsafe, right? Because forward bases can be put right on top of it. I learned that. Shout out to Vindian, who taught me a very important lesson about that in this series. Uh,
Yeah,
I mean,
I
really,
agree.
it's a great India map. Looking at the civs here, looks like France electing to open with a market start. You know, Ethiopia, this looks pretty standard, granary, house. I would assume he sold. Yep, using the livestock market. Looks like so far pretty standard for opening from Kinesi, right? Doing the market start, overpopping with Vils, and India completely standard. So nothing too crazy here so far.
Do you have any ideas of what India and Italy might do for units?
Well, you know, they're both incredibly flexible civs. They both have a lot of really good power spikes from the mid to the late game. I know in a video back somebody asked, they said India doesn't have a great late game. It mostly has to do with the elephants not being very pop efficient in the very late game, although there has been some changes with the addition to rockets and other scaling
Yeah,
cards. And with that, let's see here.
maybe. Yeah, maybe we can take a look at the Italian deck here.
So team,
Hmm.
well, of course, caster privilege, right? We get to see this. Team FI, right? So that kind of gives us a hint of what Kinesi's trying to do. He has got
Yeah,
quite a few of these new Lombard cards, although not the Age 3 one, or 4 one, I mean, interestingly enough. And other than that, pretty standard team cards, you know, a few power shipments, mostly focused with economy and Lombards.
indeed. So
Revnak,
do you think maybe India is just gonna try and hold the line while Italy goes FI?
you know, I think that's really possible. You know, looking at India's deck, they have a lot of Age 2 uh, potential here, especially with Desert Terror and Camel Attack, right? So perhaps he's
Yeah.
looking to go um, kind of, you know, cover for Italy while Italy goes FI. Carnimata opening for Revnak. He was one of the first people to really take advantage of the new buffed Carnimata, maybe possibly responsible for some of its nerfs. Um,
Yeah, that's true.
you know, so looking at Ethiopia here, they are opening up with the Sudanese. That gives them access to the Dervish. Looking at their deck, lots of natives. Looks like he is a Jesuit enjoyer and a
Mhm.
Cannoneer also enjoyer.
God, I always get so intimidated by Ethiopian decks because they have so many unit shipments in every age.
They do, you know, in the native shadow tech, every single age, right? So it's kind of different. African
Right.
civs, when they age up, they're actually power spiking. But something to note is I do not see a lot of, including Talbot, cards for economy here.
That's true. I thought Ethiopia didn't send that many eco cards anyway.
They definitely can,
Ooh.
you know. Ooh, okay. Natives, spice trade. I like spice trade for France. Jimmy, you are such a man. Native warriors, so definitely looks like perhaps Bourbon with emphasis on natives.
Can we take a look at what the natives are on this map?
Looks like they rolled Apache, or sorry, Apache. Yep, and in the corners, Comanche.
Hmm.
Pretty solid ones, especially the Apache are fantastic for Age Dragoons. France is up. Looks like it's kind of doing, standard semi-FF shipping order here, but there
Yeah.
is a forward base, so I would imagine these guys are going to rush GG Revnak and Kinesi. Great move, especially when you're up against two civs like India and Italy that can scale pretty solidly for most of the game. And France's economy, I think, is set up to brawl, but not necessarily boom.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're going to want to do pressure and scouting the fact it's a Carnimata. They probably
Yeah.
know
Can we take
India.
a look at the what they see from their perspective? France and Ethiopia.
Mm-hmm.
So they have scouted. They scouted the Carnimata, true, but yeah, because I'm wondering which player would you try to rush? I would definitely go for India because I feel like you can't stop an Italian FI. Like
No,
you can't rush that. It's not gonna work.
no, they'll
They're
just
just
build
gonna build
towers.
towers. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Yeah,
So
I like that. Despite our various elos and modes that we play, the exact same thought process is you're
exactly.
not rushing Italy.
Yeah. And since India is going Carney, they're a bit more vulnerable than if they go aggro.
Mhm. Looks like it. All right, so the musketeers are out. The Gaskenya, which are kind of like a musketeer, is out.
Wait, look at that. Do you see that?
Let's see
I
what.
saw some cowboys coming in, or whatever those are. Look for on Italian field of view.
Okay.
I thought he was training. Yeah, you see that? Are those cowboys?
Oh wow, the Comancheros. Wow, those are the
Comanchero.
outlaws. Since he doesn't have a barracks,
Interesting.
okay, this might be a panic move, right? Because the Lombards do train outlaws and mercenaries.
Yeah.
And yep, shipping the AZAPs. Kind of poking around here. Oh, and there goes the Showtells. They get in close.
Oh yeah, they have a huge army. Holy shit.
Yeah. Really impressive here, like rush from Captain Link and Neko. Again, using his
Yeah.
Explorer to snare, I feel like that's something so many of us forget to do. But Revnak now calling Minutemen. The AZAPs, as good as they are, well, against goons, they're not the best against Handcav, which is the Showtell technically counts as.
Yeah.
Wow, they just got cleaned up. I mean, Kinesi's army of, I guess, two goons. Now Sower.
Yeah, the two goon army. It's getting reinforced by some hussars, looks like.
Yep, looks like a stable up
And what
now.
is he shipping? Is that
The
what
Broken
company is
Lance.
that?
That's 3 Papal Lancers and 1 Stratiot. So pretty solid. Revnak now
Interesting.
shipping his Seaboys, understandably. Behind
Wow,
this,
look at the Indian, he's getting idled and he has no eco right
yeah.
now.
Oh, and now he's going to lose his racks too, so that's going to really diminish his ability to defend this.
Ooh, and France sending spice trade, so his eco is gonna be great.
Exactly, and that's what's so solid about France, right? Is it's when he's doing this and you're brawling with all these musketeers, those CDB, man, they are going to get a ton of value.
Yeah.
And wow,
I
yeah,
have no idea how they're gonna survive this. This looks really bad.
yeah, it does. And oh man, those Hussar, they're just going to get just beat down here, I mean, if I remember right, the Dervish do more damage than a lot of other skirm types against cavalry. Nope, that is fake news. It's down to 0.5.
I
Okay.
think it's the opposite. Maybe. I'm not sure.
Well, they do throw melee, so they will get past the range resist of the Hussar, but it looks like
True.
their multiplier's down to 0.5. A lot of the natives have kind of odd I don't want to say the word odd, but different multipliers. And wow, Revnak now calling Azaps, getting a lot of value here out of them, but I think it's like trying to stop the sea with like a bucket. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's only so much you can do.
Do you think they should focus on the TC or other infrastructure instead of trying to get the Italian and Indian armies?
You know, that's kind of a tough
Like
one.
I feel like they're getting run around a bit. I mean, they're fighting now.
Yeah, and they're losing their mass a bit into this Italian
Yeah.
force of renegados. Now, who would you think to see that in a high-level game, right? You got to know Italy is panicking. And wow,
Yeah, it's not the first choice I would bet on.
no.
But I think, didn't he send an outlaw card before? I'm not sure.
You know what though? I wonder if you're right about that TC because without a shipment point, you know, I mean, I guess Revnak's just sending logging, I believe, is what he was sending. The Indian H2 foreign logging.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, he's
Oh,
able.
look at that! Look at that! Did you see? He's escaping with his villagers.
He is. But I mean, he's only got 24 vills here at 10 minutes. And
It's looking rough. But look at Italy. He's about to age up.
wow.
He's not gonna let his allies' villagers through.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh, now the architects are there. He's got to be careful. Yep, and he pulls the architects. Wow, and I mean, they're going to lose the Carnimata as well. That is just absolutely massive here. And wow, look at the score right there. GG Revdak again. A top player in the world down to half the score of everybody else.
Yeah. It's looking rough.
I mean...
But the Italian score, I don't know if they overscore. I think a little bit, maybe. But he's looking fine.
He is. And, you know, again, they do kind of overscore a bit because of all the free buildings. But, I mean, nonetheless, his ally is completely cleaned up here. And their score, it's hurting. See here, Ethiopia now. Looks like Captain Link is getting ready to go up maybe himself. He's sending House of Bourbon. Very good card. Some really good shipments, you know, kind of like a cheaper mercantilism, some text to get gold, plus the Royal Musketeer.
Yeah, that card is it's almost worth sending just for the text.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely a card I feel like, especially older French players, have not really explored too much, but I feel like it's just an incredible value, especially for an Age 1 card that you can just kind of send.
Yeah.
Yep, going up with the Exiled Prince.
And yeah, look at this base. This is, you can't push into this, even with a huge army like they have. It's
Italy,
just a wall of buildings.
Sim Italy, right? Or Italy City.
Yeah.
Falcons are out again from their church, which is also a shipment point.
Wait, is it?
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Sure. Why not?
Why not? And goons are already out. Okay, so it looks like now Kinesi he's got to figure out a way to hold.
His score is running away though.
Yeah, it is. Look at, and Neko, you know, he's exploring around, poking, trying to find a weakness here in this fort. But I mean, those walls are going to hold. But you know.
Yeah, the problem is like they invested so much in their army, so they obviously want to use it. But you can't really do much when they turtle up like this.
Exactly, and just kind of content to buy time. Let's
yeah,
see
look,
here.
he's going to industrial soon. He's macroing for it.
Oh wow! And it looks like all right, Ethiopia here, pretty much content to stay Age 2 for now. You know, he does have the trade line. It is probably upgraded for influence. Nope, coin right now, but we'll get a lot of value out of that. Captain Link here, getting ready to Falk.
I don't know if that's enough though.
Yeah, you're gonna need quite a bit of firepower into this level.
And like, what's stopping Italy from making some calls and just stopping that push dead in its tracks?
You know, I don't know, but it looks like okay, we've got 3 Falcons, so there we go.
All
That's a
right,
much
all right.
healthier number. Um, if you know, again, if oh, and there we go. The he's already go. Kinesi's already going up with the Papal Guard.
Look at that eco. He's not. He's only on 36 volts, but his look at the trickle of
The
the
food.
resources. It's going so fast.
Yep, that is the power of Lombards. It's absolutely incredible. And all right, looks like Captain Link here and Echo. I mean, but their armies are so huge. Even with this like maze of a base, that is just huge. And again, if Ethiopia ages up halfway through, a lot of their stuff will shadow tech, which it looks like he's definitely thinking about going up.
Yeah, yeah. They need to be careful not to push while they're aging. So if Ethiopia wants to age, then they need to be careful. But I want to point out that I saw that Revnak has actually remassed with Gurkha. It's actually quite a big mess.
It is. How many vills is he back onto now? 29, so he's really not that far behind.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not great, but certainly not the worst. And, wow, Kadisi, age 4. Oh, and he's getting Frontier Outpost, so he's just buying time now.
Yeah.
Looks like he will lose some of those Papal Guard to those Falcons. He's got a shipment banked. Yep, 2 Falconets, 2 Colves. And this is the danger of pushing Italy in age 4, right? It's because they get Colves and cannons, which basically allows them to deal with almost any sort of artillery pressure. That being said, 5 Falcons is 5 Falcons.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, I'm getting worried here.
I am too, like they're... Oh, sorry, you go.
No, like they're obviously doing some damage, but I don't think it's enough. I feel like Italy is just gonna ship cannons, maybe the big boys. What do they call the little bombards?
I call them the Bling Bards, but I think they're called Papal Bombard. No,
Yeah.
more walls, and that's all they're trying to do is just sucker them in, right? And to the credit of Ethiopia, being very patient, not throwing his mass away.
Yeah.
Looks like we've got some French skirms out, but yeah, they're just content to take their time. And is this the counter push?
Is Ethiopia aging?
Ethiopia is aging with Habesha.
Alright, yeah. So they need to be careful here.
Oh no, they're getting cold. He didn't see it in time, so now he pulls back. He did lose a Falc.
Oh,
Ooh,
don't body
another
block your
Falc.
own cannons. Oof. Oh, I think he's gonna lose another one, maybe.
He still got his 3, and ooh, there is a Colv out here.
Oh no 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 no! I don't. They need to pull back. They need to wait for Ethiopia to age up.
I think so too. I think this is like a bit premature, and they're just
Yeah.
losing a
What?
lot of units. Those Falcons are not
Yeah.
contributing. But
He
again,
lost like half of his shelters.
yep. But again, you know, so much pressure. Oh no, the trumpets.
Oh god.
Everybody knows that sound.
The most annoying unit.
But he is going to charge in here now with these elite dervishes. I think it's too late though. Wow, look at that mass. I mean,
No.
Falconets. Oh no, his Falconets aren't. Holy
I don't like
moly.
this at all. No, it's not looking good. I don't think he has upgraded his shelters, has he?
No, but you know what?
But
Jimmy's
he's
got
fighting.
Colts. Oh no. Can he get a double shot off though?
Factory coming in there from Italy.
Yep. Wow.
Yeah, look, the army's completely gone.
All of those res. I mean, you do have Neptunius coming out, you know, again, one of the best skirmishers, if not the best skirmisher in the game. They did knock a lot of Italy's initial power spike off. You know, Italy does not scale. But then again, you know, Ethiopia doesn't have the most economy cards too. I think it's just... I think a lot of this is going to depend on France now.
Yeah. I'm just worried about, like, Italy had so many shipments in H4 that he can send. And I don't think Team Jimmy has a lot of answers to those. Like, for example, the heavy cannons coming in soon.
Yep. And not to mention too, I mean, even though these Neptenia are really incredible, I mean, when you think about it, these are age 3 with almost as much HP as these guard Burst Liguri. The Burst Liguri are guard. I mean, they're
Yeah.
fighting an age down, and there's really not a lot they can do against it. And now you've got double skirms, and those Shotels they'll do good, but oh no, but the Bling Bard, 2 Bling Bards, and a Royal Guard Cove.
Oh, they're actually gonna get them
Two
both,
Falcons
I
though.
think.
Oh no no no.
Oh
Okay.
no! Oh god.
Ah, holy man, this is chaos. And look at, I mean, I will say that these Shotel warriors have gotten just absolute incredible value.
Yeah.
But I think that's the same thing again. Wow, look at that. The score has now jumped in the favor of Revnak and Kinesi. But they're still in the corner of their map. I mean, if you look at this,
Yeah.
they might
And
run out of res.
look at the macro for Kinesi. It's he's not he doesn't have a lot of resources.
No. But he does have Lombard, so he can move stuff around. And it looks like Revnak now finally able to go up. He's already on mills, building a
H2.
right Tower of Victory here in the corner. These guys see it. They do not.
Yeah, I would love to see some raids while that big fight was happening, because I'm sure Ravnak and Kinesi were on the sides the whole time with the villagers.
Looks like he did catch, I don't know, a town center or a racks of some sort. We got a little bit of stuttering. Hopefully that clears up.
Like, imagine if they had parked like 5 shelters on the coin mine to the right side there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this would have been a huge cleanup. Lost a
Yeah.
lot of momentum. And it looks like Jimmy is ready to go to Age 4 himself.
Interesting. Does he have any Age 4 shipments that are gonna be useful?
Let's take a look. Not anything. He's got a lot of native cards, and he has not been able to take advantage. Looks like he finally does have 1 or 2, but sorry, just the 1. Looks like they're not big fans of the Comanche.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, the Kinesi and Revnak has not made any cav for a while.
No.
So they don't need the Apache right now.
No, it looks like, okay, we're getting a little bit better. There's some stuttering going on. Hopefully the rest of this does not out of sync or get too bad. That would be a shame to lose after, especially that intense early one. But if people are watching it, this is a kind of internal issue with our Rex that's been going on for a while in Age of Empires 3. And now look at that. See, now he's got the ideal to raid with some Cuirassier.
Yeah.
But with these walls, it gives him such line of sight. There are holes. Oh man, that would be.
Yo, yeah, this could be huge if they can get through. And pikes. Huh. Interesting.
Revnak does see it. Yep, it decides to abandon it.
Yeah.
They send holy Shotel.
Wow, that's a lot.
Getting some pikes
Wait,
out too.
why is he making so many pikes? I'm not. I'm kind of confused.
Perhaps he's trying to snag a wonder or something down. Does he see? No, they saw the town center. I guess they just look at their composition. They figure they need the siege. That is a lot of pikes. That's going to be a lot of kind of dead weight.
Yeah, like, I get that they want siege, but I'm not sure if pikes are the answer.
All right, and wow, after all that action, perhaps both sides just kind of content to sit for a minute.
Yeah, I mean, the score for France and Ethiopia is not terrible at all. It looks pretty good. So they're in a good spot. They just need to, like, consolidate, regroup.
And I think too, like with all these Cuirassier, I think they're thinking, hey, they're going double skirm, right? So all we have to do is kind of catch them out and then just collapse on them, and we should be fine. And you know, mass thing of cures, that will be devastating to both these teams. But looks like Ethiopia, a lot of forward vills.
Oh no.
Looks like you got pikes, just kind of
Oh, I
sieging.
like this. Yeah, the sneaky pike raid. I feel like they need skirms, not musketeers, no?
I think so too. Ooh, and the show tells do connect.
Ooh.
But you know what the problem is he's fighting alone.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. But it was a good catch though, but
Oh, here come the cure.
too bad he was alone. Ooh. Oh god. Make a gate, for the love of God.
Wow, but look at that. And that's exactly what they do. They get behind the walls, and then again, those cure. There's not a lot you can do. Pike Raid doing amazing. Does get the Vills out. Looks like he's going to lose this Basilica. Back here on the front, a lot of skirmishing, and wow, now we've got to fight on two fronts. So this is dangerous territory, right? Because, you know,
Yeah.
Captain Link and Echo, their forces are kind of split. But they're trying to get a breakthrough and like get onto the economy here. And I think if they manage that, that'll be game winning. But if not, they won't really be able to push into this over and over again.
Yeah, look at
Oh, Rash.
Italy's resources. It's looking tight.
Yep. 70
Doesn't have a lot
Vills.
to move around with.
Yeah, France isn't making
Oh my
Vills.
god.
Oh no. Perhaps with just all the macro that he's having to do, he might not have that
Does
present.
he
Or maybe,
only have but does he only have one stable?
it would look like it. Looks like one stable, two racks, one foundry.
Forward factory? That's interesting.
Probably for the heavy cannons. And
Oh right.
he doesn't have coin. Look at that. They've sucked all the coin out of the map except for this back one.
Wow.
And all those cuirassiers, I mean, those were expensive units, and they were able to kind of push and bully around, but I think France here is in a bit of trouble.
I'm just surprised how well Ravnak and Kinesi have been able to keep up. Like they don't have any coin mines either, and they don't have map control or anything.
They've been on mills for quite some time, but I think they're just taking really good fights. I mean, again, these are why these are top players, right?
Yeah.
They just take the right fights at the right time. If it's a bad fight, they don't take it. And now look at them. They're just kind of creeping forward. They know they can run back.
Yeah, this is the type of match I'm very bad at playing. I don't have the patience for this kind of slow push.
Yeah, it can be really frustrating. It can be really difficult too, and it's something that I try to get better at. And when you think about the civs too, like Ethiopia, their deck is not set up for the super long term, right? I mean, Ethiopia is a very strong economy, but not in this case. Although it is age 4, so you know, I feel like if you're Jimmy and Neko, you're probably trying to figure out how do we close this out, right? They've built. Uh-oh. Not like this.
Oh no, 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 no.
No. Oh, he doesn't have a town center anywhere near that.
And of course, the skirms are so fast. He can just run after them.
And they stun the villagers sometimes too when they kill them.
Yeah, nice.
But it looks like he does get most of them.
Well, that's a nice catch though, with the Shotos.
Now the goons are gonna. Ooh, and again they're kind of split. Good job here by Kinesi to kind of smell and say, hey, you know what? France isn't doing much. Let me just start running amok here.
Yeah, it looks like France is. He's just sitting there with all his pikes. He's not even trying to poke around anymore. Oh, now he's moving.
He heard you. Right?
And the wall. What the hell?
Okay, well, Neko wins style points. You know, those damn ND explorers, man, they're so obnoxious. So that's badass to be like, nope, screw you. Give me my $300. Do not pass go. Do not collect money.
I feel like this game could go on for like 30 more minutes, just like this.
I think so, and you know, I think if you're Revnak Kinesi, you're probably thinking, hey, I just got to get Revnak to age 4, which he's definitely macroing for. He's got 83 Vills. They have nothing but time, and again, I think their decks are a little bit more suited for the late game. You know, and I think France is just kind of at a loss. Like whatever strategy I think they had, it didn't work, and now they're really struggling to pivot. Um,
Yeah, it
although
definitely
again,
feels like they're a little bit. They don't really know what to do.
wait a minute,
Wait, what was that? Did he?
Canada. No
Wait, did he
freaking
just
way.
revolt?
Yeah, Jimmy, you madman.
Wait,
Let's freaking
why?
go.
What's going on? I'm so confused. Is he gonna like revolt back to France or something?
Nope, this is just Canada. This might be an all-in push because all of his vills are like super strong right now. Yeah, 25 range attack, only 80. He doesn't have any of the market text though for him. Where is it? I thought there was.
Wait, I'm so confused. What does the Canada revolt do?
So
Is it
normally
what?
it makes your Coeur de Bois turn into a voyageuse. Sorry for any French speakers. I am not a French speaker, as you probably figured out. But the Matisse, and I'm
Oh,
going to watch the fight instead of looking at all the cool villager models. I do apologize. But it gives them a lot of really good native buffs, some economy buffs to like their villager strength, and also like pets and bears and some cool stuff. It's not a terrible revolt. It's not the most competitive revolt there's ever been, but it's a pretty fun one. And wow, yeah. Those pikes, though, I mean, they're getting their value. They connect onto the goons.
I just feel like they should have made skirms instead of pikes. To be honest.
Well, and he needs to get these natives out because that is one of the strengths of Canada, right? Is that it has champion level natives.
Oh, interesting. Oh, and we see the Mahouts coming out.
Ooh. Now Revnak is age 4, and those Mahouts, man. Oof. Or
I guess
Mahouts.
that's why they were making pikes. But now they're all dead.
Yep, and he just cleans up.
Yeah, oof, that's rough.
Oh, or not. I guess that cannon lives, so not the best trade there by Revnak, but I mean, there's just this constant battle of skirms going on here, and you know, I believe Canada's deck. Yep, Blood Brothers. Yep. So that'll give him a lot of options, a lot of wood costing units. But I do fear again that his economy is just so much now less than everybody else's. Yeah,
Yeah.
102, 100 vills, 90 vills.
Wow, Ethiopia is stacking 3,000 influence.
Holy moly. I'm kind of curious, you know, and again, Neko, if you're watching, or Nico, if you get a chance to watch this, please give us a comment, because I'm very curious a lot of this ideas behind Ethiopia. It's a very unexplored civ, and I feel like people, you know, I'm probably not the best caster for Ethiopia, because I'm not even an expert in the civ, so if you have any comments or anything we missed, let us know. With that being said, this is looking, oh man, they're just getting cold.
Yeah, they keep pushing. I don't. This is what frustrates me when you're on the side of Ethiopia and France right now. You feel like you should be winning. You've taken map control for the entire game. You've been pushing the entire game, but you're still not winning. Like, it's what do you do?
You know, and I almost wonder if just like especially because the original town center's down, like just trade monopoly. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4,
Oh,
5.
oh yeah.
So they're gonna have to rip down one or the other of these and just, you know, just do trade monopoly at this point. So we've got honored Gurkha. But yeah, here's those natives. Like, look how strong some of these things can get.
Oh wow. Oh my god, 400 HP?
Yeah, yeah. The power of Canada in memes. With those cannons though. Oh.
And they need to. I feel like they need to be more careful with the heavy cannons.
Well, and of course, you've got Royal Guard Colves.
Uh-oh.
Attack now. Oh, Revdax, he's feeling it. He knows what's up. He's like...
Uh-oh, and I only see skirms, pretty much.
Yeah, there's some pikes.
No.
They're only veteran anyways, because you would have had to age up with what, the Papal Guard, right? To unlock them? The guard version?
Yeah. Hmm.
Wow, this is looking. I mean, Jimmy's score is really high, but a lot of that's because of the Blood Brothers that
Yeah.
comes in from the Canadian Revolt. That's like a inflated score. But I mean, their score is not too far off from India. This is a pretty good spot, all things considered. But oh wait, I'm missing a raid. Oh no.
Oh God, no.
Oof. And you know, it's Canada too. Like he can't. He simply just does not have the economy, I think, to sustain. Still at 52
Yeah, no.
mils.
They're all on the wood. Do the natives cost only wood or something?
Wood and food. So he's, unless there's some weird native mechanic that I'm unaware of, I'm not a Canadian expert, so do forgive. And oh, what are all these Colbs doing?
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Oh no!
oh
The
god.
Mahots.
You know, and look at
Rip,
this the whole
rip.
time. Oh my
Oh
god,
God.
he even gets that. Sorry for missing that major action. But yeah. Oh, redcoats are in
It's
from
so,
India.
so typical. You can't when you play against high-level ELO players. You can't even have a good fight alone. You always have to worry about raids in your base the whole
Mhm.
time.
Yeah, and look on the mini map, guys. I won't pull my attention too much, but look, this totally collapses, and I mean, there's more villagers here. How much vills now is Ethiopia on? 103, 102, 50. He's lost 30 vills at this point.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh, but look, he
Yeah.
can ship 15 back. But it looks like they are calling it. Nico out, Jimmy out. Just whoa.
Wow. What a game. That was incredible.
Yeah, that was. I mean, my two kind of initial takeaways. I don't know what yours will be. Is that one? What a good strategy in the early game. Like Captain Lincoln Echo totally read the room, had a killer rush, was able to punish India's greed and really keep him on the back foot for 20 minutes. That being said, around the middle game, it's like they kind of ran out of steam and they lost the initiative. And GG Revnak and Kinesi again showing why they are top team players in the world, really, because they just took every fight that they needed to. They took their time, and again, I totally agree with you. Like these walls can be so frustrating, and sometimes you have to think a little bit outside the box. But it's not like either team made huge blunders or mistakes, other than a few minor battles here and there, which is just human nature. Uh,
Yeah.
just I think GG Revnak and Kinesi showing why they're top, but I think Jimmy gave them one hell of a run for their money. And I mean, they, this is the game three. They go down fighting and just really well played by this team here. I think they go by we play PvP, and it definitely shows that they play a lot of PvP. Yeah. What are your thoughts?
Yeah. It's not everybody that can get a Revnak and Kinesi on the back foot like that. So I'm very impressed.
Mhm.
Maybe we can take a look at the post game information here.
Interesting.
I would love to see the villager graphs.
Of course. So, yeah, Revnak down to 20 villagers at one point. And Kinesi just kind of chugging along here. And that look at this raid. This is what does it.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
also, once France starts to fall off here, I'm curious why. And Jimmy, again, too, you're one of the smartest people that I know when it comes to understanding RTSs. For those that don't know, he plays other RTSs at a high level as well. I'm kind of curious why the Vil graph looks like this. If there was a reason for it, like to make pop space, or if it just like after what 20 minutes of just absolute action, if your brain just kind of let off the gas.
I
Um,
wonder, can we see on the map if he had multiple town centers? Because that villager graph does not look like he did.
Looks like he does have two,
He does have two. All right.
which is
Oh,
like the standard. You know, France gets a little bit less value out of three TCs because they only boom to 80 Vils anyways. Um,
yeah, true.
oh, actually, no, there's a third up here too.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that can happen. You know me, and I always make that mistake. I'm like the worst person at making villagers.
And again, look at this. I mean, They had the
Yeah.
advantage
Wow.
all the way till
Wow.
that bad fight, and I think you called it earlier, like don't push into this, and they pushed in
Yeah.
just too early. Ethiopia didn't have its ups yet. They were probably worried given the Italian power spike. They probably wanted to nip it in the bud before he
Yeah.
was able to get units out, but in the end, I think it cost him. The right play in that situation. Hindsight's 2020. Maybe pushing earlier and just never letting the gas off. Doing like a unit switch, like into Cav or something.
Yeah.
Another option could have been just backing off and going to Age 4, probably with Ethiopia, with all of its shadow tech,
Yeah.
and letting France kind of boom a bit. But I mean, they had good
Yeah, it's such a
massives.
hard call to make because I can imagine maybe that France, since he had aged up, he was ready to push. He had all the Falcons and everything. But while Ethiopia was in the process of aging up, so he might not have wanted to take a fight. But it's a hard thing to judge.
It is, that's what makes Age of Empires 3 so fun to play, but also so nerve-wracking, is because there's all these moments, and just because the nature of the game can be very swingy, like you can just miss a window and put yourself on the back foot with just a 5-second decision.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
so it just happens, and I think that's what, again, to their credit, they took two top players in the Age of Empires 3, community, and put them on the back foot, and eventually some tiny, I don't even want to use the word mistakes, just decisions that didn't pay off immediately. They had this huge mass, then they idled, and then they pushed, but they had already spent res to age up, so that they weren't as efficient. Where Revnak and Kinesi, especially on the back foot, almost every trade they took was pretty solid. They didn't throw away units. They walled up. They reboomed. They kept their macro tight,
Yeah.
and I think again showing why they are who they are, and why they will be advancing on into the safe bracket, basically meaning that we will for a fact see Revnek and Kinesi in the finals, and I'd imagine we would see Captain Link and Neko in there as well because, I mean, they'll probably steam right over me.
Yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
we'll probably get a rematch in the finals. We'll see.
exactly. So, any final thoughts before we close this out?
No, I just want to say that was a great game. Really enjoyed watching it, and I'm looking forward to more exciting games in this Sunbros tournament.
Yeah, we got quite a bit, and we'll try to even get a few series in. No promises, but we're trying to get at least a few games from every series up until the semifinals, which the semifinals will be casted into their entirety, as well as possibly the quarterfinals as well. So, hope to see you guys there. Like, subscribe. We love hearing your guys' comments, especially on a game like this, because I'm sure I missed a few things. And we will see you all on the next one.